Hello and welcome to the Dr. Grant Show. Today's show topic, Dear Perfectionist, this is why I recognize you from a mile away. You are overworking yourself, my darling. Sometimes you may criticize yourself for making the smallest mistake. You often, because you're so darn good, you are so good, you don't ask for help until it's too late. And finally, my perfectionistic sister, you researchstinate. Yes, it's a new word. I created it. It means you are researching something to death. But unfortunately, it is also, unbeknownst to you, a form of procrastination. Now, why are we perfectionists? Perfectionism comes about usually due to an early childhood event, through a series of events that taught you, if you're anything like me, that accuracy was to be valued above anything and everything, constantly proving yourself, providing an answer that you had to make sure was absolutely, positively correct. This has served you. It has served you throughout your life, and usually it's often been the reason why you succeed in a lot of aspects of life. But there is a side to perfectionism that I do wish to discuss. When you're ready for the next level, when you're ready for your yes, when you are ready to start that business, when you're ready for that promotion, when you're ready for the next chapter of your life, and something isn't working and you don't know how to fix it. This is where perfectionism often becomes a hindrance, because you are researching, and this behavior, this habit and way of conducting yourself has often proven quite beneficial in the past. So you don't understand why it's not working out now. And it sends you into a tizzy. So how do we still become a better perfectionist? How do we work with our natural tendencies of being a perfectionist? I have the solution. Imagine being able to make a decision with only a certain amount of research done and still feel confident that it is the right decision. How would that feel? I invite you to try EFT tapping for your perfectionism, not to eliminate your perfectionism. No, no, no. To enhance it. EFT, for those of you that are unfamiliar, stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. It is scientifically proven to be very effective with handling elements of perfection gone wrong, such as anxiety. It also provides clarity. EFT is very simple. All you have to do is tap on several points. You can use these two fingers here, and you can choose to do something called double tapping, where you're using both fingers, or single tapping. The point is, it helps you achieve clarity and comfort with your decisions, and it begins to loosen up some of the areas where you may have perhaps in the past felt hesitation. When you tap, you will start by tapping on what's called the karate chop point here, followed by tapping here at the very top part of your head, followed by tapping here on the eyebrow, followed by tapping here, the side, here under the eye, here under the nose, here on the chin, here on the collarbone, and here right underneath your arm, almost on the bone here where your bra strap is. When you tap, you'll tap for about 7 taps. And when you tap, you're also stating what the problem setup statement is. So whatever is bothering you, essentially, or whatever is on your mind. And then you begin to work through to the solution statement and phrase it and state it in the positive. So let's say, for example, you're dealing with a headache. You would begin with the setup statement here, this headache, this headache. This headache is really bothering me. I don't even know why this headache is here. I know I might be a little bit stressed about what's going on. Tap, tap, tap about 7 times. But even though I have this headache, I both deeply love and accept myself. And there is no hard and fast script for tapping. These are just simply my suggestions to you for tapping. But for us perfectionists, often you want a script, you want additional guidance, and I'm going to give it to you. So for my perfectionists out there, here is your EFT tapping script. Feel free to modify it as you see fit based on whatever circumstances you're working to overcome. Oh, I am thinking about a decision and I have to get this just right. I'm worried that I'm going to make a mistake if I don't get this just right. It has to be just right. But what if I just gave myself a certain amount of time to work on it because I know I'm really good at what I do? My 80% is often other people's, from my observation, 60%. So the finished product is going to still be absolutely outstanding. And I'm fine with that. I will be fine with that. If there's anything wrong and I make a mistake, mistakes can't harm me. I am doing my very best, and that is enough. I'm learning from my times of having almost, my almost of almost getting it right, almost completing it, almost making and finishing it to my satisfaction is actually better than certainty. And I'm fine with that. I don't have to be perfect for people to like, accept, or love me. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself. I gave this just a little extra juice here. Breathe in, breathe out. You can start your tapping session at any moment in time of the day. The benefit to EFT tapping as well is you can do it anywhere. You don't have to stick to an exact script, but you do want to lean for your final round of tapping towards essentially a positive statement, like I ended here. Also, the goal with your tapping session is if you were feeling on a scale of 1 to 10 about whatever was ailing you, whatever challenge you were experiencing, if you started at a 7, and by the end of that tapping session, you reduced that feeling, that angst, that nervousness, that anxiety, and that overall yucky, stuck feeling. If you reduce that feeling from a 7 to a 3, then you know your tapping session is doing well. You want to continue repeating that same sequence until that feeling reduces from a hypothetical 7 or whatever it is on a scale of 1 to 10. You want to do that until your feeling reduces down to a 1 or a 2. When you do this, you will also notice that your energy and the way you feel, it increases. It feels better. You feel better. You feel more euphoric once you're done, and you achieve better and greater clarity. Now, I don't know about you, but I imagine greater clarity is a benefit in anyone's book, which allows you to be more productive. All right, everybody, this is the Dr. Grant Show. My name is Dr. Kirsten Grant. You've been watching Dear Perfectionist. This is why I recognize you from a mile away. The Dr. Grant Show is on Mondays, live Wednesdays, and Saturdays. I provide, and I am the first scientist to create a actual scientific research study that empowered women that suffer from food addiction and food addiction symptoms such as overeating, binge eating, emotional eating, and stress eating. I created this show to provide women that suffer from these issues and challenges with actual tools and advice. So that way, you know you're not alone and that there are solutions out there. I created this show because I lost my mother to food addiction, and I saw her battle and struggle with willpower and calorie counting. And these are not the solutions to food addiction. Food addiction stems from, and the overeating and the binge eating, it comes from not an inability to exercise willpower, but it is a symptom of a certain root issue or unresolved behavior or habit. And I'm happy to say and proud to say that I'm the first person to create a scientific study using elements of psychology called social cognitive theory combined with avoiding and learning to avoid foods that contain these two food additives that have been shown in scientific studies to actually nudge and stimulate the brain to cause people to overeat and have food cravings. And in a matter of just 4 weeks, the ladies in my scientific study experienced a sharp drop in anxiety, mood swings, overeating, food cravings. And even though this wasn't the intended result and effect, ladies also in 4 weeks lost as much as 20 pounds. Now, if you're looking to lose weight, then wonderful, but that is not the goal. The goal is to address the limiting decisions, the negative thoughts, the habits that often hold us back and prevent us from reaching our goals and stepping into a version of our higher selves. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching the Dr. Grant Show. Much love to you. I can be found on edibleaddiction.com. Bye.